freedom of the press didn't exist in the colonial period in the way we understand it today. Prior censorship of the press had gone out of existence at the end of the 17th century. So people could establish a newspaper and could publish pretty much what they wanted. But there were pretty strict laws against seditious libel, against contempt, particularly of the assembly, not so much the governor. So if you published things critical of the assemblies, you could often be hauled up and put in jail as an editor or forced to recant. So people could be punished rather severely for what they published in their newspapers. So that's not really what we would assume to be freedom of the press today. Now, on the other hand, there was a tradition in which ordinary people valued freedom of the press. The famous case of John Peter Zenger in New York Colony in the 1730s. He was an editor who was brought to trial for libel, as they called it, against the governor. And, his defense attorney, Andrew Hamilton, said, look, the jury should decide if these claims are true. He called the governor a scoundrel, a liar, a thief, many other nasty things. Hamilton said, look, maybe, if you think that's what the governor is, you have to acquit Zenger. Now, that was not the law. The law does not give truth at that time as a defense against sedition. But he convinced the jury that freedom of the press included the right to say plausible things about those in authority. Zenger was acquitted. And this was a warning to people in power that ordinary people valued freedom of the press. However, after Zenger, editors were still thrown in jail for criticizing the assemblies. So again, we shouldn't think that this suddenly established freedom of the press forever.